You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Adam Wood, your host, tonight alongside with Larry Patrick. We're here at Ghostfire Media at Daytona International Speedway for the Jeff Hill Trailer Series Fuel 2021 B Series. How you doing tonight, Larry?
Man, I am doing fantastic. Got a lot of cars in the field tonight, man. It looks like it's going to be some great racing. Can't wait to watch these guys take the track here.
Yeah, it looks like they're out there right now doing a pit party. They're trying to practice what it's going to be like with all these cars out here. Right now we have, I think, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, maybe 42 cars out here.
That's going to make for some fun racing tonight.
Some good side-by-side racing all night long here. I tell you what, though, these Xfinity cars aren't playing with the Cup Cars draft package. You're able to make that outside groove work, and I love it. So you're going to see a lot of different lanes choices these guys are going to be able to make. They're going to make some spectacular moves on the outside. Not sure if they're going to pull a 3 wide here at Daytona, but you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's pretty awesome to see this many cars out here. As much as I can't wait to see these guys drafting in a 40-plus car pack, I can't wait till we start hitting some of these short road courses and watching these guys trying to put, 40-plus cars on a road, or excuse me, not road course, but the short tracks.
Oh, yeah, man. These guys are going to have their hands full. I know I raced these Xfinity cars last year, and they are a handful on these tracks, on short tracks, on intermediates. They have their own feel, their own dynamic and everything. To me, they're a little bit more tighter setup than the trucks or the Cup cars. So, it's not one size fit all. You have to have a unique design and talent to be able to drive these cars good.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, it's a completely different animal. They seem to be a lot more finicky than the Cup cars, in my personal opinion. And but a good choice here. I definitely think it'll test these guys, their driving ability. And again, you're starting to throw in 40-plus cars onto a track. It's really going to put all these guys. We see them going 3 wide all the time here in practice.
They're testing it. This is the time to test it, see if it's going to work, see if these guys can hold it. Ooh, got a little straggler in the back to smack the wall.
I see that beautiful 24 over there, that Rainbow Warrior car. Man, that looks good.
Look at all these different paint schemes. We'll go through it whenever it comes on the qualifying and gridding up. We'll go through everybody's individual paint schemes. These guys put some time and effort into it. I love the fact, ooh, here comes the big one. There it is. They went 3 wide and painted.
We got that number 4 upside down. We got some destroyed cars there. Adam, I got a real quick question. I do have a quick question about these rules. Are they getting fast repairs here tonight, or what do they got?
I believe there is 0 fast repair. This is all skill-based. You don't have a chance to reset. So the big one happens, it happens. You're done.
That'll make for definitely some puckering up going on here tonight. It should be, like you said, an absolute blast. It's wild to see this many cars, but you just see how after one wreck, how many cars make it through that one wreck. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cars now that's left.
Yeah, there's not many. We got Thomas Bressie, last year's winner and the All-Star winner right there, that number 24. See Brandon Bernhardt, Nick Adams right there. Brandon Bernhardt, Blake Gordon. Let's see, the 22 of Eric Wineland.
Oh, they're getting loose again.
Oh, there it is, the 81.
End of the wall. Bam.
There's the next
Oh,
big one.
the 24's nose is going. He almost saves it.
Nick's around. The Atlanta Ballard. The number 21 HyperX. It's a good headset. I had a HyperX Cloud 2 headset for the longest time. There's some really good headsets.
That's a good looking car. I love the paint scheme on that car.
Man, I like this one right here. Chad Simpson. Let's see. Chad Simpson. Oh, some another Texan. I'm out here in Texas, and I don't know where Frisco's at. I'm kind of new to it, but it's probably like 14 hours away from me because that's how big Texas is.
Frisco? No, I don't think Frisco's that far from you.
I don't know anything about
Texas.
Texas.
So Frisco's, I believe, on the more central to east side. I believe. I'm gonna see. Look, you got me looking it up right now.
Oh man, I like this paint scheme. He's got the VRS. That's what his sponsor is tonight.
Ah, it does look good.
We'll see. It looks like they might be at a driver's meeting right now, so we'll go
Yeah.
through it. Josh Laston is the fastest tonight with a 46.68 here. Number 18. I love his photo. I love it. It always brings a smile to my face. We got.
Yeah, you can't help but laugh at that man. Have that mouth wide open out there.
Let's see. We got the number 11 of Justin Morton. We got Braxton's not on the pit road. We can't see his. We got Shane's out there. He just commented saying that his spec map is messed up, so it might be very shiny looking tonight. All right.
Well, most NASCAR fans like shiny cars, Shane. So I think you're gonna be all right, man.
Gael Brooks, Riley Thompson, JJ Odell.
I love that Supra.
Oh, dude. So I gotta. I'll have to go in car camera because I drove the Ford Mustang for the longest time in IVRL, and halfway through the season, I did a manufacturer change to Toyota Supra, and the engines just sound so much different and sound so much better. I really like it. Let's see here. Shane, whenever we do an ad, I'll go ahead and refresh the paints so I can get your new one up there. We'll have some time for the paints to reload. So David Hendricks, he's got the M&Ms. Brian Kita's got the FLK here. Chad Simpson, we just saw his VRS. Cameron Hearn is with the Blippy car. Travis McCuistion's not around right now. Let's go back. Brad Slaughter Jr.'s right here. And look at this. Lumar. I love the profile picture right there. Him and his pup. So he's got the Dry Dean. Casey Shue, we saw him on the All-Star race. We got Tyler Hensley from Knoxville, Tennessee with a discount tire. Number 14 of Zach Edwards from Indianapolis. Blake Ziti, I love his photo. He's got the pasta right there in his photo, man. Ziti, the AKA Pasta Man.
The Pasta Man.
And we got Alan Elwood right here in the Virtual Racing Alliance.
Love the green with the silver on that Supra. Looks amazing.
And then last week's All-Star winner, Thomas Bresci.
Best paint scheme on the track.
Steve Rada. That's how I believe. If I butchered name, I think I got it right. But it's Steve Rada. Oh, I love that. And everybody's going to see you tonight, man. I love it. And Brandon Bernhardt. I've already messaged him. He's one of my good friends from AOLL division. I told him, dude, Alan did a great job. I love this paint scheme.
Oh, absolutely.
We got Chris Matthews, Django photo there with the Corsair sponsors. Eric's not on the track right now for us to see. So I'll move on to Garrett Heath. Let's see if he's on the track. There he is, and with the Infinite. Blake Gordon in his Taco Bell car.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
I call it Taco Hell.
That's what I just had for dinner tonight.
Sean Carmody, he's coming off a win last night in the AOL Cup Series at the Indy Road Course, so he's got some momentum behind him. We got Eric Wineland. I love the mattness right here in this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
The red just peeks out there. All right, well, that's all we can get through right now. They're going to be going through they're doing single car run qualifying. So these guys, I feel that there's going to be a lot of close times tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're going to see the different ways that these guys take off onto the track, right? I mean, conventional wisdom says, you know, you're going out on your first lap, at least run that high line, get that momentum going before you cut down, try to run that fast line. Be interesting to see what guys don't, what guys do. I mean, we've seen different strategies with the All-Star race last week, so I definitely would think that we'll see different ways that these guys handle the track here tonight.
Yeah, we're going to look out here with Kevin Bartlett from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, and he locks her up and is going to do a reset. So let's move out to, let's see, Hayden Pastorius. I probably just butchered the crap out of that name. I love this number 9 Mountain Dew car. It's one of those classic paint schemes that you can get for the Mountain Dew, and I love it.
Pastorius.
There we go, right there. That's a beautiful shot of it. Yeah, he's going to run the outside line right here. That's what I would do. Try to get all the speed that you can. I'm not gonna give away.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna give away my secrets whenever I run this thing. But yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, you keep your momentum up there on the outside, and then, as I said earlier, you'll drop down to that lower line there once you start, you know, maybe one lap to go. Some of these guys, I think you'll see them try to get 2 laps in on this, so you may see them drop on this first lap. I'd probably go ahead and call that first lap a wash, try to get my momentum up as fast as I can, and then try to make that second lap count.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's all about momentum here at Daytona. I mean, you can't really do too much without momentum. So it's not like, you know, Michigan mile and a half where you're running similar speeds. But if you get a bad corner exit in Michigan, you're toast. Here, I mean, yeah, you're going to lose a little bit, tenth or two, but it's not going to be bad as that. So, you know, you can run that top line on the first one, not being feared that your second lap is going to be a wash because you missed the corner.
Absolutely.
So we got some times coming in right now, and it just kind of looks like everybody's probably ran the top. Everybody's pretty close. We got Brandon Bernhardt right now on the pole with a 51.24. It's not going to last. I know that. They're going to move around. Travis McQuistion is in second. Tyler Dougler is in third. Fourth is Chad Sidman. There we go. Starting to move. Now we're seeing
Davey Hendricks.
Davey Hendricks, Blake Gordon with. Oh, they tied. Yeah, here comes the good laps for everybody.
Hayden Pastorius. It's weird seeing a guy with the last name Hendricks and he's driving a Toyota, so just want to point that out there real quick.
All right, let's see. We got Brad Slaughter. He's right now the overall point pole sitter right here with a 51.61.
Brandon Bernhardt jumps up into second now with that 50.63.
Let's see, who else? We got.
Whoa, 50.60 for Chad Simpson. He'll take pole.
So we got Gael Brooks out there from Tucson, Arizona.
And you got Alan Elwood here. He ran a 56.5. Well, you know what? Let's just do it right here. From first down to 12th right now, 50-60, and then 12th ran a 56.9. So we're now 13th because Mike Thwaites just came up and ran 11th fastest. But I mean, as you could tell, not even 10,000th of a second separating your top 10.
Yeah, there's still people out there qualifying right now. We got Michael Stroll. He's out there right now trying to get his laps in.
Cameron Hearn just turned a 56.5. That's going to put him up to 7th. And Kevin Bartlett just jumped up. He ran a 56.2. Comes up to 3rd. Randy Bichdell? I guarantee I butchered that one. Sorry, buddy. Ran a 56.4 up to 6th.
Yeah. So let's see, we got Chris is out there on YouTube land. Well, let's go Domination Intimidation Racing. Let's go number 1, Braxton Deweese. Then Josh Stiles says go Brian Kita and Steve Radal. Or
Rada.
I'm gonna butcher his name.
I didn't even told you how to say it.
Yeah, and I read it, and then I read it again, and I read it again, and it's just week one.
Week one. We'll get this right by at least week 7.
Hopefully, maybe 16.
Hopefully. Hey, right now we've had a total of 30 cars qualify, as we have beyond that at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cars that have not qualified. So right now we're showing we have a full field tonight.
I mean, some of these guys might want to play. They're probably playing the strategy game of their team's going to hang out in the back and hopefully avoid the big one, but they have enough people where they're not going to, get draft, lose the draft itself. So they'll have enough pack back there. So who knows? So, I mean, we got quite a few. We got 13, like you said, that have not qualified just yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's a strategy, right? I mean, you really don't want to be in the middle of the field. If you can go up there, you can get to the front of the field, you probably feel pretty good about yourself. You can't, you get into that middle of the field, you get kind of nervous because something's going to happen at some point. And you don't want to be caught up in that, especially if you have no fast repairs, right? So these guys, it'll be interesting to see how everybody's strategy works out here. These guys that run in the back, stuff like that, you do run the risk of losing the draft. There is a good chance of that happening. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you got to figure these guys have to be cautious. You're going to, be aggressive, but you got to be cautious throughout the whole entire night. It's a long race, and you can't win it on the first lap. You can't win it on the first corner. You got to have patience here. Yes, it's great to get out there and lead the laps. As we look, Braxton just came across the line 29th. I think he still has one more. He drops down to the bottom. So yeah, he's still got one more. He's got 51.26 here. So we'll watch how many he goes around. Looks like either we got another one out there in a second. We'll switch to him once Braxton finishes up. We got Kyle Cooper out there in the number 73. We'll look at him. So yeah, he's not hugging the bottom there. I think he's got to drop down just a little bit more to get on that yellow line. I mean, I think you're just giving up so much room right there. I mean, viewers probably won't know that, just that little bit of room is going to cost them, but it will. You got to hug that yellow line.
It absolutely does. And it's finding that fine line of being extremely smooth, getting to that corner, getting down to that bottom line, hugging that line, and then being smooth coming out, because just one slight jerk of the wheel and then you're going to scrub off speed.
Yeah. So on that lap, though, I mean, he got 50.61, so he's coming in 4th place right now, puts this number 1 in 4th place. Kyle Cooper.
I think he's
backing
calling it for Quallen.
He's backing up on pit road right now. Don't back up too far; you'll get disqualified.
Well, and resets again.
We got Jasper Engines Transmissions. I love the yellow. Everybody's gonna be able to see him. When I come to super speedway cars, I love bright cars. I want people to see me.
Yeah, you kind of want to stick out there like a sore thumb. Kind of like you were saying earlier, though, Adam. Patience is going to be the name of the game here tonight, right? Know something's going to happen at some point. It's bound to. It's Daytona. But at what point? I mean, we talk about it, I think about every time we call a Daytona race. You kind of want to just find you a nice little spot, get behind some people, and just ride out and make your moves later in the race. But we'll see if these guys
Cameron.
do.
You're gonna
and
get
they don't.
disqualified. Do not. Oh man, he's gonna get disqualified. He's going to the infield.
Road course, running the road course.
Yeah, I've done this during practice, and I got about that far and then
Yeah, I
disqualified.
see him there. I've done it myself and then got disqualified. Mind you, it wasn't the Daytona track either.
Yeah. You try to do the Daytona infield, and yeah, it will disqualify you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's still running. He ain't got out, disqualified yet.
Maybe he just didn't get far enough out right there. That hits that DQ mark. But
We're about to find out because he's still going.
Yeah. I mean, he must have never went inside
now.
Oh,
Oh,
he disappeared. All right, qualifying's over, so let's put up the grid. We went from dark to light.
oh, perfect. That's awesome. Apparently, we qualified at night and we are racing in the evening.
So the Elwood Designs Fuel Pole Award will go to Michael Stroll tonight. He gets a 50.6 flat. Chad Simpson was a thousandth of a second off in second. Third is Brad Slaughter. Fourth is Braxton DeWeese. Fifth is Eric Wineland. Sixth is Kevin Bartlett. Seventh is Brandon Bernhardt. Eighth is Travis McQuistion. Ninth is Delonta Ballard. 10th is Randy Bechdel. Go with that.
Hey, close enough. Hey, in 11th, we got Eric Driggins. In 12th, Alan Elwood. In 13th, Cameron Hurd. 14th, Davey Hendricks. In 15th, we got Blake Gordon. 16th, Steve Rada. In 17th, Sean Carmody. And in 18th, Shane Theron. In 19th, we got Mike Thwaites. And in 20th, Josh Laston.
In 21st, we have Hayden Pastorius. 22 is Gael Brooks. 23 is Garrett Heath. 24th is Brian Keita. 25th is Norm Petali. Pelliter? There you go, Pelliter. 26 is Tyler Dougler. 27th is Danny Ware. 28th is Blake Ziti, the Pasta Man. 29th is Calvin Falarski. 30th is Nick Adams.
And in 31st, we got Don Runkle Jr., 32nd, Riley Thompson, 33rd, Thomas Bressy, your winner last week at the, the All-Star race. And in 34th, you've got Justin Morton. In 35th, Tyler Hensley. 36th, Casey Shue. 37th, Chris Matthews. In 38th, Will Roberts. 39th, J.J. Odell. And in 40th, we have Zach Edwards. 41st, you got David Mott Jr. And 42nd, Kyle Cooper. And rounding out your 43rd car of the field tonight, John Doble.
All right, let's kind of look at the race info for the night. So we got the Daytona Speedway, where the track length is about 2.5 miles, just short of it. The air temperature is 80 degrees, and track temperature is also 80 degrees. So it's going to be a great grippy track tonight. So I can't wait to get this race started.
Yeah, definitely can't wait for this one. We have 80 laps here tonight, Daytona Motor Speedway. Look forward to this full field, 43 cars. Should make for some wild racing here with the Xfinity cars. Can't wait to watch these guys drafting all night long.
Yeah, these guys are going to have a handful, and like I've said, it's going to be patience. I mean, we got lap 1 of 80, so you can't win it on this lap at all. So we're going to.
You can try.
You can try, but it ain't happening.
You can try. I mean, as you said, it's not happening, but you can try. It's my knee pop. Excuse me.
So, all right, they are in turns 3 to 4 right now. They're getting up to. Got the right behind the pace car. Everybody's getting lined up door to door here. So they're coming through. See the nice stands here. Everybody's on their feet cheering. The pace car dives into the pit road. They are door to door for the first race of this 2021 B season, and the green flag is out. They're starting to pull. It takes about almost a lap for these guys to get up to full speed, so they are trying to get up right now. Everybody's still kind of shuffling around, but staying door to door.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see, these guys are taking off here. Full field here, 43 cars. It will take just a little bit for these cars to really get up to speed. As right now, their speed's showing about 174 miles an hour as they're heading down the backstretch. Seeing some good pushing going from the 42 to the 81 as he looks to jump early to the lead.
Yeah, you know, whenever you're up there, you're trying to put that second car is trying to push right there. And he left them hanging out. The first car normally lets the second car get out there so they both can drop, but the second one of Chad Simpson said, nope, I'm going to be the one dropping out. I'm going to leave you to hang.
Yeah, absolutely. Chad Simpson gave the 87 there a massive push.
Oh, we got one in the grass in the back. Looks like Garrett Heath might be. Let me look at that right quick as we're doing that. Oh, yeah, the Garrett Heath got pushed in there. Went across there. He's going to get a black flag for that. I guarantee that admins were going to clear that for him. He got forced in the pit road right there. It sucks. He's going to lose so much momentum right there trying to catch back up.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fear of that, you don't want to lose the draft. You definitely don't want to lose the draft there. And, you know, I keep calling Brad Slaughter's car the 87 car. As you know, when he was getting that push there from the 42 gave him such a big push, and he's getting one right here again by the number 1 of Braxton DeWeese. He gave him such a big push, but the 81 does not come down, and that's allowing these cars just behind him to jump down and take over the lead.
Yeah, Braxton just pulled ahead in that number 1, so let's see if he's going to lead lap 3 here. Let's see if the outside there's somebody, the flippy car. He's out there, and he looked like he wanted to go 3 wide, but now he's lost the draft on the outside, and he is falling backwards like a rock.
Yeah,
That's
he may want to try to. He may right here. He's got a spot he can try to get in. He may want to just come down, see if he can get a little bit of a side draft to start picking that momentum back up. As he's got a little bit of help coming, I believe, from the 18, and looks like the 47.
Yeah. There's no friends right now for him. I mean, Blake Gordon's underneath him, so he won't be able to hop down right there. There's some people coming up behind him. They're slowly pulling right there. The number 66 of Brian Kita, he is pulling up there. Josh Laston at number 18 is slowly catching up to him. They're trying to make this outside groove work, it looks like.
Well, did you see the 15 there? He's starting to get a little bit more momentum, right? I mean, he's not losing it as bad. Now you see he's starting to get that draft because he's getting shoved up there quick, fast, in a hurry. But that's what I was saying. If he could get a little bit of a side draft, it'll help at least keep his momentum for when these dudes, you know, just behind him catch him.
Yeah, so far nobody's lost a draft. Where you can see the track map up here. It looks like one's kind of near the back, 03.
The 03, that's
73.
Let's see here.
The 03, the 73, 03 is Steve Rada, and the 73 is Kyle Cooper. They're in the back, but not too far back. Let's go back there and check and see what they're doing. We're riding on board with Steve Rada. That's number 03. Racing door to door. If you're having a little bit of disconnect, you got to stay in a straight line. You got to be able to catch up to that lead pack there. They're starting to lose it just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of one of the things when you're starting to get that smaller group, you got to have somebody in that group that comes over those radios and says, hey, let's get in line. Let's start catching these guys. We're falling back off this draft.
Yeah. You got to have that communication over the radio there to ensure that you don't lose that front pack. I mean, it's a long race. Inevitably, there's going to be cautions. Oh, the 22 steps out of line there. He doesn't like what he sees most likely. He wants to fall back and play a little bit safer.
And jumps out there. That's going to allow him to fall back. And hopefully, again, when we talk about it, we'll probably talk about it all night. This draft that you don't want to lose there as these guys still up front. The 81 is still looking strong there. Brad Slaughter on the outside. But again, he consistently doesn't want to drop down when he gets pushed there to the front. But Braxton DeWeese continues to lead there on that low line.
Yeah, the low line, you're running the shortest distance and you're getting pushed heavily there. And you got to have that strong presence on the outside to be able to capitalize. You're going to get the better run off the corners. You're going to get beat in the corners. on long straightaways, you'll get beat. The inside line will get beat. As you can tell, you know, the 81 right here really capitalizes. The 26 is really pushing them down the back straightaway, whereas the 42s, you know, doesn't really have to push that much to, you know, maintain that lead. Oh, the one, he gets sideways on the bottom of the apron. He catches it.
They're stacking up. They're stacking up. The 81's spinning.
The 81's around. Ooh. Everybody is around right there. Is this going to be the big one?
Definitely see the cars scattering all over the place.
Well, let's go back and look at this right quick. Let's try to get an aerial view for this one. Get the blimp here. Let's go back just a little bit more here. So as you can see, the one clips the apron right here. When he does, kind of gets that bottom groove. He hits the 81. 81 goes down, then comes across the one's nose. I mean, he had nowhere to go. Brendan Bernhardt's in it right there. The number 40, Sean Carmody's in it. So that's two of the Endeavor Racings right there already having contact. And everybody fans out, trying to miss everything. A lot of smoke, but doesn't look like too many people got into it. Let's see. Michael Stroller, pole sitter.
Yeah, Blake Gordon was just able to avoid that. As you take a look there, just misses the 81, gets down there on that low line. And a lot of those guys, you know, they're in the back. I mean, that goes to show you right there. Slow up, check up, work your way through. And they were able to do that. It's going to allow a lot of these guys there in the back of the field to come around this clean.
Yeah, these guys are going to, you know, this is the eye opener. You got the big one, so everybody's going to have to like come in there. Oh, we got some people dipping off on pit road here. Different strategies. Right now, the lone guy is Brian Keita is staying out there, so we can try to get some bonus points for leading the lap there. Everybody else is going to come in. I don't know if they're going to take four tires or just a fuel only stop here.
Absolutely. It'd be interesting to see these guys start coming in for fuel and everything like that. Right now, we are just 9 laps of 80 here at Daytona Motor Speedway. This race getting pretty wild already. Just a slight incident. It just took your leader there, the number 1, getting down into that, or just below that line. And as soon as he did, it stacked up the field.
And look at that number 22. He backed out of it. He's a smart man here. He comes out of there unscathed, it looks like. No, he felt like there was something going on he didn't want to be a part of, and now he's up there running in third.
And we're looking, and I don't know if you just seen that in that last shot we had there, Adam, but the second place car right now, Delonte Ballard, he looked like he had a lot of damage there on the rear end of that car.
Yes, he does. Let me see. Yeah, you see, look how battered that is. Let's see if you got the front. Front's not.
Oh man, the front bad. Looks amazing though.
I love that.
That's a good looking car. Yeah, that's a good looking car.
I'm trying to get a rear shot here. I think they took.
You'll follow.
I'm not seeing that one.
There's a far chase and a chase just under the blimp view.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Well, very strange.
I got screenshot 1 and 2, so those are the ones you saw.
I got screenshot 2, but I do have a far chase here.
You can tell right there on the back end right there. Let's look at the front end of the 22. The 22 can show us the nose here. You can see how battered that back end is. The spoiler kind of looks okay, so he might be good for aero-wise due to the spoiler, but the back end really smashed up right there. Yep. So these guys all pitted. I'm trying to look through here. There's some of them up front. Some of them took. Let's see. I see some fuel onlys. Tyler Dougler, Blake Gordon did fuel only. Kevin Bartlett looks like he took 4. Josh Laston might have took rights. We got a couple more down the list. Looks like took 2 tires, fuel only. So very strategy here. So it's gonna be. I don't know if tires are really gonna mean anything having fresh tires. I would have done fuel only for myself, but we'll see if the first person here is Kevin Bartlett. See if his 4 tires can get him up there.
Yeah, as you said, various strategies going into play here. So it'd be interesting to see how these pan out and which one just works out for who the best. I mean, we're still early, so some of this could just be these guys wanting to play, the strategy of just getting to the front. So we'll see. We got plenty of laps here still to go with seven laps still.
Yeah, it's going to be 69 laps here when they go green here. The pace car's lights are off. They're coming through the trioval. The pace car is going to be dipping in the pit road here in a second. Pace man will...
One more.
The lights came back on. They are not going to go green this time. As you can see, the flagman had his yellow flag up there. You're not going to go green this time by.
One more lap. Make sure everybody gets lined up well.
All right, well, who's out there watching and who are you rooting for? This is our first night here, so we want to see who are the fans out there in the Fuel League. We want to see who you're rooting for. We got quite a few teams out here.
Absolutely. Hey, rep your team here. I mean, I know it's sitting, we can look up in the fans, the stands and see you guys. So throw it out in the comments, let everybody know, call your shot. Tell us who's going to win tonight.
So we got quite a few teams. I mean, we got Virtual Racing Alliance. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers. Domination Intimidation Racing, JT Motorsports. We got Total Downforce Racing, Endeavor Racing, Infinite Racing, Closed Circuit Racing, Firelight Esports, Single Car, and there was quite a few single car independents.
Yeah, and what you see and what we're seeing a lot in there is that these guys are, in each other's group chats. And what that's doing is it's allowing communication. And here at these plate tracks, you need other people than just your initial team members to help you out, right? So these guys probably pulled some alliances, put a couple teams together, and they're out there collaborating and working together to try to work their way to the front.
Yeah, these guys, you have to here. So, all right, now the pace car is off. And the green flag is out. They are accelerating. Yeah, like I said, it takes about almost a full lap around here to get them up to speed. They're going about 158 right now. Going through the middle of 1 and 2 here. Outside the line. It looks like it's being stacked up just a little bit. They're not going to get ahead of the steam. The bottom line's able to pull through. We got a lot of them on the bottom pushing.
Yeah, Brian Kidda was getting a great push there by Eric Wineland, the number 22, as they came out of turn 2. And Eric Wineland now, he's poking his way. He's on the outside. He's going to look to try to get around Brian Kidda as Blake Gordon pulls up behind the 66, and he'll push him with Josh Lassen just behind him.
We're going 3 wide right now on this restart here. He's a solo man on the outside right there.
Norm Pelletier. I'm going to need him to pronounce that for me. But he's making it work right now, right? He's getting around the 26, and he's going to work his way down here behind the 88. So great move by him. He took it 3 wide, was able to grab a position or two.
Yeah, and it's very scary for a driver to do that. Oh, we got once again Cameron. He steps out right there in the Blippy car, and he's going to jump to the back, let everybody get by. He's like, nope, not for me. So it looks like right now, I mean, there's not that damage is not hurting him right now of Delonte Ballard. So he's up there. There's only a few cars though on the outside line. Everybody's kind of given up. Everybody's kind of dropped to the bottom behind these first about 5-6 cars on the outside row and kind of running single file behind them.
You'll kind of see that right now. I mean, these guys are looking to just, again, hopefully turn some laps. We're just a little over, 10 laps in, and you don't want to make another incident quite, really early here in the race.
Yeah, as you can see in the backfield, they're all single file back there. We're going to look at this front field right now and see what the leaders are doing. They're the ones that are being a little bit more dicey. We've got 6 of them on the outside, still running door to door. Let's see. Well, they're actually lined up in the back. I don't know if they're still trying to play it safe or anything, so let's go back here and look at these guys.
Yeah, for the most part, everybody's 2x2. They're just kind of hanging out right now. Nobody doing anything wild or crazy, but as this race winds down, I'm sure we'll see something start to develop here as we are lap 15 of 80.
I'm looking at Sean Comody's car back there, Comedy's car. He's got a little bit of damage back there, so his is way much worse than Ballard's car up there. He's got a lot of damage right there. It's going to affect his aero. So does the 42 of Chad Simmons. Started great.
And you hate to see it this early.
Yeah, you hate to see it this early, but hopefully they can rebound from an early incident instead of waiting until, with 15 to go, and you can't really rebound from that. You can't go in there and get the full repairs and rebound. Does he want to peek out right there? They're going 3 wide to push Delonte Ballard back. 56 and an 88 is taking it 3 wide. The 26 is there. He's trying to keep it centered on that line. Not to
get close to that wall.
The 55 says, nope, not going to do this. We're going to drop you. Drop you. You're going to the back.
Yeah, he come down underneath them. They look like they were going to try to split the 21. That is shuffled him back, but fortunately for him, the 55, 26, they come down. They're going to give him a little bit of help as the 88 end up dropping back.
Yeah, Tyler Douglas going to drop back just a little bit. He tried to make a move and just didn't work. Luckily, the outside line wasn't too deep. They only dropped 3 spots there on the outside line, and then overall probably about 6 spots there on the track.
As you stated earlier, Adam, I mean, it's a good time to not if you're going to have any issues, this is the time to have it, right? I mean, we're just under 20 laps in here of 80, so you got time to rebound.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these cars, Delonte Ballard, he didn't pit, though. He stayed out on the track, and he didn't get his damage fixed. So, I mean, I don't know if he's a single-car team. Let me look right quick and see if Delonte is a single-car team, or does he have teammates out there that would warn him against this or not. Delonte Ballard, yeah, he's on Virtual Racing Alliance team, so he's got quite a few other team members out there that should have been like, hey man, you got a little bit of damage, you probably come here and sit in the pit road here. And a good thing about this this track, you have plenty of time to get that repairs in.
Yeah, it's such a big track. When you're under caution and you come in, you don't have fast repairs to use. This is the tracks that you want. You don't want those small tracks, like Bristol or, something along those lines, to where when you come in, it just seems like the pace car comes around on you way too quick to be able to get those repairs.
Yeah, so Chris is out there rooting for the number 1 part of Domination Intimidation Racing. And we got the Z28 out there on YouTube rooting for his team, the DIR, number 8, number 1, and number 3. And then we got Curry Burry on YouTube says, go Steve, go, don't wreck.
And there you go, they're 3 wide again, the 55 this time. He's on the outside, 26 following, 88 following as they're looking to shuffle back to 21.
Part of that line being in the third groove right there. I mean, and then the person in the middle, I mean, he's the odd man out. He has no backing, no nothing. He's hoping to slide draft from the top and the bottom lane to keep his position.
And he's doing it. He's doing it very well because they haven't got around him just quite yet. Now that top line starts to go as the 55, but as you see, they're getting a little squirrely there coming through the corners. The 88 taps the wall.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, is running that high line and keeping up the momentum. I mean, you're going to need a lot of cars to make that high line work. The middle low line will still carry that speed through the corner. You just need a lot more. And as you can see, the 88 tapped the wall, lost his momentum, and cut that outside line completely off.
Well, the 55 is able to clear. He's not come down yet. He's still trying to pull the 26 with him, but the 26, he now taps the wall. So here comes the 88 going 3 wide. He'll take the position from the 26. 55 thinks better of it, just jumps down to that high line again.
Yeah, they're back where they started from, and they lost almost 3 spots there. Now they're back behind third, sitting where Blake Gordon's at there, that number 13. They definitely want to drop down and not be 3 wide right now. They're coming up on a lap traffic right now. So,
and as you go through and you start looking further back in this field, they're pretty much single file going back, man. I want to say roughly around 20th position. You could pretty much call them almost single file going back from there.
See Nick Adams right here. It's kind of, the last one of him and Davey Hendricks here. They're the last ones that are kind of running double file now. Looks there they go. They're going to drop in. Number 11. The number 11 should drop in with Justin Morton. Fall in line here. It's a great shot of the sun right there. Beautiful. But yeah, these guys in the back are just kind of riding around. They got about 58 laps left here. Daytona International Raceway or Speedway. They don't want to be a part of that big one. So they're going to ride in the back, start playing some strategy. Ooh, we got somebody on pit road there, it looks like.
And for the most part, when you're looking up top here at this front group, outside the 55 just jumped down behind the 18 of Josh Laston. So that's going to hurt the 21. The 21's going to probably fall back just a little bit here to the 88. But that top line's really building up with some cars to see if they can start carrying this momentum.
Yeah, just a minute ago there was only 3, maybe 4 cars. Now there looks like to be about 9 or 10 cars right there. So they're building up right now. They just need to get nose to tail and start pushing. But you can only push so long before that engine starts overheating.
And you're seeing a lot of gaps between these guys. Nobody's really, doing any aggressive pushing or anything like that. Kind of like you said, maybe that's what they're trying to do. Get a little bit of air, realizing, hey, we're just 24 laps of 80 right now. Let's just go ahead and relax for a second, and then we'll strategize for this later in this race.
For me, the person I want to be in this situation, the way they've been racing, I want to be, either Brian Quito or Blake Gordon right there in second and third, or even Josh Laston right there in fourth. They're not having to waste as much gas as that number 22 of Eric Weinman. He's out front. He's got to waste the most gas out of everybody. Everybody behind him can go, about 80-90% throttle.
Yeah, absolutely. And that guy up front, he's got that thing pushed as hard as he can to the floor. So, as you said, these guys are conserving gas. You just don't. I don't know if you want to run up and jump straight out into the front here at Daytona. Again, you don't want to exert that extra fuel when generally these super speedways come down to fuel strategy.
Yeah. You got to be able to play the fuel strategy game with it, but you got to have good teammates to go in there with. This isn't a solo pit stop. You got to come on there with at least 3 to 4 cars.
Absolutely. They're 3 wide once again to 88 in that third line, and he's falling back.
Yeah, he looks like he got shuffled out right there.
42 now underneath him. He'll take that spot as the 88 keeps going back, getting awfully close to that outside wall.
That's the game you play whenever you're in that third line. Oh, he gets a little sideways right there. He's got shuffled back from 6th all the way back to almost 17th now.
And don't look now, that outside line is starting to build a lot of momentum as Michael Scholl giving the 21 of Delonte Ballard a massive push as they're coming down the back stretch.
We're on board with Michael Scholl here. Ballard has, been battling to stay up there all night long. And Michael Stroll comes out of nowhere. We haven't, he got the pole and he just dropped back from there and was involved in that wreck. But now he's up there, sitting in roughly second on the outside line. So he's bouncing between third and fourth.
I feel like the 21 just does not want to go to the lead. I think he could get there. I mean, Michael Stroll's getting on the heck of a push here. It's again, do you really want to be that first car in this line, or I wouldn't want to be the first car in either line, but I definitely don't want to be the first car in that low line.
Ooh.
Oh, is 22 gets a good tap there from the 43. Is that the 43?
66. The 21 now finally is able to drop down in front of the 22 there. Michael Stroll now will take over the lead from the outside lane. And since the bottom lane had the bobble right there with Eric Weinman. So sometimes when you get a heck of a tap here, aka push, the car gets upset. Looks like it got upset right there, and kind of everybody had to check up. So it's going to help the 22 though, help save him a little bit of the gas and let the 21 of Ballard get up there and waste his gas.
Yeah, I think it's a blessing in disguise there for the 22. If the 22 realizes it, if Eric Weiland can realize that right now is his best opportunity just to sit back, conserve some fuel, it's definitely going to help him in the long run. As now the 66 loose, he's on that yellow line. Blake Gordon had to check up. The 18 happened to check up, and that's going to kill that low line.
Yeah, Blake Gordon checked up, got around him. Josh Laston wasn't so successful. He lost a lot of momentum. So that outside line. Camera decided they want to do his own thing. So it started zooming on the pit road there. It's like, hey, this cameraman's, he's like, I like the pit road. But yeah, they all had to check up. They're all single file now. We had like a strong 2x2 there going back for almost 20 positions. And now it's all fanned back out.
Yeah, they are single file. It would be interesting to see who makes that first move to the outside, or does anybody right now? Do you want to be that first car in that high line, or right now, as we're almost halfway through the race here at Daytona, do you just want to sit back and again conserve fuel? As now we are 30 laps complete.
I mean, getting down to single car runs here, the single file run, I mean, it helps with pit strategy. So if you're near your pit, your team members, and you're wanting to, play a game or so and pit, you want to be on single file. And we have a caution out. We got Justin Borden crash. It's showing. So let's see here. Ooh, did not go back far enough. So let's take the blimp view. Rewind it just a little bit. All right, he was not part of the initial wreck. Let's move forward. There we go. Let's move back a little bit. The 3. Looks like he was dropping down and came back up to trying to push it and just got into him, went around. So the 3 of Will Roberts got into the 03. So, yeah. Oh, not a big one. Just a few cars right here involved. 28 just got clobbered there. The 11, the Infinite car, the number 5 of Alan Elwood. Quite a few cars there. So,
definitely got a bunch of cars.
So as everybody goes into pit road, get some damage, get some fuel. Let's make a commercial break here. welcome back. That was one of the league sponsors, Rhino. Go out there and get one of their supplies, get their tie downs, get one of their straps. These are great products. So go out there and support one of the league sponsors here. As we see everybody coming off of pit road after having some pit stops. We got Chad Simpson's the #1 guy off of pit road. He's sitting in the first spot right now. That number 42 trying to catch up to the pace car way up there. The pace car is going in turn 3. It's like probably at least a lap or 2 left. Let's see.
Yeah, these guys filtering there off the pit road. As you stated, Chad Simpson was your first car out. He got Kevin Bartlett that just came just behind him. Michael Stroll followed by Blake Gordon. Delonte Ballard's running in 5th now. Eric Weiland comes out 6th. Josh Laston able to get up to 7th. Will Roberts making some big moves, getting up to 8th. And then Travis McQuiston is up to 9th with JJ Odell rounding out your top 10.
And we got Brian Keita in 11th. 12th is Tyler Dougler. 13th is Randy Bichdell. 14th is Ron Runkle Jr. 15th is Gael Brooks. 16th is Norm Pettileer. We got some people diving in the pit road. We're going to shake these up right now. But next up is Blake Zede, Calvin Kolarski, Thomas Bressi, Tyler Hensley, David Mott Jr., Garrett Heath, Casey Shue, Hayden Petoris, Chris Matthews, and then Sean Carmody is the last few that are out actually on the track. Let's see, did Sean fix his damage here? Let's see if I can get a good angle of it. It looks better than before. It's not as dented in, but he still needs to go in and get a little bit more repaired if he could. Still early in the race. We're about, when we come to line to go green here, we'll be about 6 laps shy of halfway.
So far, a couple of incidents, but overall, some very strong racing here tonight. It's been great to see these guys running 2x2, and at times we are hitting 3 wide.
Yeah, it's hit or miss with it. When we go 3 wide here, they've, it's just trying to overtake one person. Basically, it's not full 3 lanes going all at the same time. That'd be awesome to see, but I'd rather see that at Talladega, a little bit more wider track. You can definitely do 3 wide in these cars there. So maybe we'll see it there when we go to it.
Right now, it looks like we may have had possibly our first 2 cars retire with Brad Slaughter and John Doble.
All right, pace car is off. Green flag is out. Their engines are revving. The flag man's waving the green flag, and they're off going into turn 1. They're up to about 145 miles an hour as they dive into turn 1. 2x3. Nobody's breaking out of line yet. Everybody's still stacked up. Michael Stroll's giving the number 26 a hell of a push there.
That low line's looking very strong as they come out of turn 2, heading down that backstretch. You can see how close these guys are going, but I tell you what, Blake Gordon, he's all over the back of the 42 trying to push him up there.
Yeah, if I had somebody behind me, it would be Blake Gordon. I know how well that man can push, and he's going to give that 42 a shot. He's still got some rear end damage, so I mean it's going to be hit or miss if that car with the damage on the back like he does, can it handle the push that Blake's going to give it?
And just so everybody out there knows, I mean, different damage is going to affect cars differently. So, you may not be seeing the 42 may not react to being pushed by the 13, as say the 21 has been reacting, being pushed by, either the 8 or something like that.
Ooh, the outside line's crumbling. The 9 just dropped down to the bottom line there and kind of left the
but the 8 jumped up and they're going to take the lead.
Michael Stroll making that outside line work and probably to grab a teammates. Oh, 21's around. 18. Josh Laston's in the wall. It's the big one, folks. This is where it's at. Everybody was staying back. Alrighty, Let's see where. That did not take me anywhere. So the 3, the 28, they all pile into it. Let's go back here. Pay attention.
Hey, Adam, if you go to the Blake Pass Kevin portion, that'll give you the best view if you go there, and then you can swap over to Josh.
All right. I'm looking for it.
It's 20 above the yellow flag mark.
Just follow Josh Laston right here. There he goes. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, he got loose there. Looks like the draft just got him a little squirrely there. He ended up coming down, catching another car, and it just sent them all slamming into the wall, creating a massive pile up.
Let's look at it again.
Just gets squirrely and just not able to recover it.
Yeah, I think 21 came up just a little bit. Josh came down just a little bit and then hooked him, and around everybody went. The 9 tried to squeeze right there to it. Let's go back alive here. We got Michael Stroll was able to make it through. They were out there leading. We got a lucky dog right there. And the Jasper engines running around everybody.
That's got to make him happy right there.
Number 73, Kyle Cooper, who will be the lucky dog tonight here at lap 37.
So, Adam, real quick, before I believe you're about to kick us to a commercial break.
Yeah, let's go ahead and look at the RPM, another one of our local sponsors here at Fuel Racing League.
Hi, everybody. This is Stu Rickard, and I'm part of RPM Missions, and our cause is to raise awareness for human trafficking here in the United States, where currently we have over 300,000 people trapped in slavery. And of that, at least 30% are of little boys and girls under the age of 18. Our goal at RPM Missions is threefold. We would like to see 10,000 people put this human trafficking hotline number into their cell phones so that they can feel deputized and to report suspicious activities when they see it. Our second goal is to raise awareness for more recovery homes that need to be built for these girls and boys who have been rescued from sex trafficking. And the third goal is for folks sitting on the couch, maybe watching this video, to get up and to get energized, to serve others, and to feel the blessing that comes with that. Thank you so much for listening to this video. We thank you so much for visiting our website, and we ask that maybe through your social media circles, you'll help us spread that word. You'll help us stop the bad guys from exploiting our children sexually, mentally, and physically. Thank you.
All right, welcome back. That was your RPM sponsor here in the Fuel Racing League. Go out there and sponsor him. He has a great message to spread. So if you need to look at him, go look him up on YouTube. You'll get all the information that you'll need. But pace car light is off. We're at lap 38 of 80. We'll go green by here. We'll be at 39, almost our halfway mark. So this guy will have a great night. Just a few cautions incidents, taking quite a few people out right now. A lot of heavy damage on the last one.
Now, Adam, at what point do you start thinking about fuel strategy? Is this it in halfway point? Maybe you start doing some fuel strategy?
You're thinking fuel strategy this whole entire race. I mean, every caution presents a new strategy. And the flagman waves the green flag as you see it. They take off. Michael Stroll will lead them. Last time you saw the 42 of Chad Simpson and Michael Stroll work together to get back out front. Will they do it again?
Well, as you see, the 42, he's getting all kinds of push by the 88. There, Tyler Dolger, as they come around, turn 2, coming down the backstretch. He is all over the back of him, but the 26 and the 8 got a good little lead there. As you see, they even jumped to that high line. I think that kind of helped pull the high line there to him.
It did, and I was thinking maybe it would stop the momentum, but it actually helped pull the outside line a little bit further. We have some new players up in the field. I mean, you got Nick Adams, Braxton Deweese, Travis McQuistion, and Kyle Filarski. They're all moving up there after all these big wrecks. So we got some new players up in the field. They've been kind of riding the back, trying to, wait out all these big ones. And they feel like they should be up there now. So that's what they're moving up there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're halfway through this race here. Now they're 3 wide. Here comes the 88 with Nick Adams just behind him and the 55. They're all looking to make a move here on the 42 as he shuffled to that middle line. And it's going to work for them. They're going to leave the 42 hanging here.
Yeah, we've seen this happen quite a few times. As you can see the number 55. He's tried to do it quite a few times and without success. But Nick was able to push him up there. And they were able to leave him. I think they were tired of the number 8 of Michael Stroll working with the 42. They said, let's get by him. And Nick went with them and gave him a hell of a push to get by him.
Well, and the 55 right now, he's struggling because these guys went to that more middle line. They're giving him a little bit of love there, but you see, they're not really running that high line or that midline. And that's really scrubbing the speed off of these other 2 cars.
Yeah, it's really destroying the outside line's momentum. The 55 needs, there he goes. He jumps in the back behind the 42. And, heck of a push by Nick. I think a little bit too much. You see him a little bit wobbly going there in turn 3. But 88 was able to hold on to it. And Nick's trying to get that outside line rolling.
And as you see there, the bottom line, I mean, it's pretty much 4-4, 4 high, 4 low. With the one, probably about a 1, 2, 1.5, 2 car lengths back. And then it's about another 1.5 car length back to the 93 as it kind of fans out after your top 8.
I wonder if Nick's engines are peeking out. I wonder if he's trying to get a little bit of fresh air into the front of it. Or is he trying to find a different option and wanting to lead this for the outside line?
That's a good question. If I was him, I mean, this is the time still, as you stated earlier, still play some fuel strategy. So no need to try to go jump out and lead in laps here as we're just 42 of 88 complete.
Yeah, I think they just want to clear it now. I think they're going to have to drop down a little bit. If Nick could drop down and side draft Michael Stroll just a little bit, I think that would help clear the outside line just a little enough for him and the 88 car to drop down.
Once again, your top 8, they're all over the back of each other here. As that bottom line is looking really good. The 26 there giving a great push to the number 8 of Michael Stroll as they head down the backstretch.
Yeah,
and the 55 jumps down now behind Blake Gordon.
Yeah, the number 1's back in the picture after that first wreck there where he got a little squirrely on the apron. So he's back, able to make it back up. He's sitting in 9th spot right now.
And just take a little bit further back, we're seeing Gale Brooks. He's starting to make a run here up to 13th position and making a pass here, running on that high line. I mean, he's the first one right now on the outside of the 42 as they're trying to build a little bit of momentum here for this outside line. And he's coming quick, fast, and hurry on that 42.
Yeah, Nick Adams will unfortunately drop down to the bottom line. But Gale Brooks, he's getting that draft on the outside line, so you can see he's picking up. He's running just a little bit faster than what all these other ones are. Wow. As I say that, he drops down to the bottom.
Well, and just behind him, you had the 38 of Shane Farron. He had a massive run. You see, he's still got that massive run. He actually brought it 3 wide, splitting the 56 and the 44.
Shane's the one that's kind of been stepping out, though. Oh no, Shane Theron, he's not. Yeah, Shane Theron is the one. Has a shiny car tonight. Unfortunately, but yeah, he's a competitor. He's finally back up there. His first time up here tonight. He's gained 10 spots from the start, but I think he dropped to the back on start and he's kind of worked his way back up after all these cautions.
Absolutely. You're starting to see, again, further you look back in this field, more guys are going to this outside line. I think we're going to start seeing that outside line building some momentum and getting some cars up there. As here comes the 43 of JJ Odell on the outside with the 73 following suit.
Blake Gordon has finally made his way to the front of the outside line as that number 88, Tyler Duggar, pushing him right now. He's got a great in-car shot right now of him.
One thing we know about Blake Gordon can side draft. I've watched this guy at super speedways hold a line single-handedly by himself and pass 4 or 5 cars side drafting off other cars.
Ooh, get a little bit close. Mike was able, he was trying to side draft him a little bit too much. Mike did not like that and dropped down below the yellow line. I don't know if that was accident avoidance or he just thought Blake was going to be coming a little bit too close there, but he dropped well below that double yellow line, came back up. 26 of Kevin, he was able to let him back in the line. Nice, great view of the action here up front of me. Kind of the gyro cam right here. I think Blake just needs a little bit more of people to suck up to that back end. You got 3, then a huge gap right back there to there, and he's falling back. Nick Adams jumps out of line, tries to make it a 4-car split up there.
Yeah, and it's weird because we've seen that before. It took a while for that outside line to develop the other cars, to start gaining all the extra cars to make a run as we see a car actually coming into the pits at this point in time.
Did you see, look who's up there?
Justin Morton.
You see who's up there? Kyle Cooper. He just got the lucky dog a caution or two ago. He's up there on the outside line in that 5th spot up there.
Oh, Blake cuts down behind the 8. Look at that push Blake Gordon has given the 8.
Almost locking bumpers there, going down the back straightaway. It helps propel that inside line out. I mean,
you couldn't have fit a note car between those two cars.
This is a time, though, for Blake to jump to the outside with the 88. Leave that inside line with that huge gap between first and second there, between him and the 26 car. And we'll be able to overtake him if he can get his nose out there.
Absolutely. He was, and what that was is the 26 got a little bit below that yellow line, and it got him a little loose, which caused that gap that allowed Blake to just immediately fill in there and just jump down.
The spotter told him he was clear most likely, and he's like, all right, I'm clear, I'm dropping.
I will trust you, and I'm down.
Just a second ago, there's a huge gap between this first field and the second field. The second field right now is being led by Shane. He kind of dropped back. They're all single file right now. As you can see right there in the picture, they're all single file. I don't know if they're avoiding the big one. They can see what's going on up front. They're just like, all right, we'll just sit back here.
And it's pretty calm, honestly, up here up front. Norm Pelletier, the number 55, jumps to that outside. So he's going to try to, help pull that line there on the outside to catch the front cars once again.
Yeah, and so when we come to talk about fuel strategy, do you cut this last one in half and just run it in fear of hopefully there won't be a caution, or do you wait and run the fuel tank all the way dry and then only have a few laps left before the end of the race?
I mean, there's a lot of underlying factors there, right? One, how many more laps do you have of fuel? I think if you're cutting it close, maybe you sit back a little bit and see, hopefully you can serve enough fuel to make it. Who's your teammates? Who's going to come around or come in with you to the pits if you're going to pit?
The lap car on the outside almost had a huge factor. He's trying to stay out of it. but they drifted up towards him and kind of put him in a bind.
Yeah, absolutely. They got lucky to clear that. So it'll be interesting to see and who makes the first move. And we talk all the time when you get to tracks like Texas or Charlotte, you could talk about an undercut. You can do an undercut here at Daytona, but you're going to have teammates.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of teammates because when you come back out, it's just going to be you and whoever comes in with you drafting. Because right now you're doing about 194. With a car that's off pace right now, I mean, he's doing 165 and 153. So I mean, you're running out there by yourself. I don't think you're run out. So I think these Xfinity cars, they run about low 170s by themselves, and when they get in drafts, they hit mid 180s. So you're going to be off the pace quite a bit if you get stuck out there by yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not even as much as we talk about, do you have the teammates to come with you, but can your teammate execute a pit stop as well as you could?
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is like ensure that the 55 shaking up right there. They almost cleared him, but did not. The outside line kind of freaked out there.
Yeah, we've seen the 88 get way loose there.
Lost a lot of momentum right there. Look at see what type of pit strategies do we have out there. So right now, Michael Stroll's leading. He's got 21 laps right now, whereas Blake Gordon has 16 laps on his tires. And that's about the freshest out there. Him and the number 5 car.
It's going to be interesting. As far as Blake goes, if these guys start dipping off into pits, we know approximately about where Blake may be at then.
Yeah. So,
and in all honesty, if Blake doesn't have to come into the pits, it's not going to be that bad. I mean, it's going to be rough, but depending on what laps these guys start coming, he may be able to win this thing all by himself if he's got the fuel to do it. Nobody else does.
I got you. Yeah, I mean, but he's got to have the teammates. So the rest of Endeavor Racing for Blake Gordon come in with him. How many are left after that can actually compete and help push? How many are up near them? Because I mean, if they're in the back of the pack and that single file run way in the back, how are they going to be able to come up and help them if they're that far back on a pit stop? So they're going to have to play some type of strategies, work with other people, call it out in advance. So hopefully you call out going into turn 1 that you're pitting this lap. So maybe other people are like, all right, I think this is a good time. I'm going to go with this guy. He seems to be good. This first race of the season, nobody really, I mean, there's some people that, have been racing this league for quite a long time, and there's others that haven't. So, it's their first series or they haven't raced in 2 or 3 seasons. So in their first season back after a while. So they're like, should I go with this guy? Should I not? So it's a lot of unknowns.
Yeah, and now know that Blake, he doesn't have, he's not alone, right? So when you look at the stint length right now, you got Pelletier, he's right now showing on 18 laps, Blake on 18 laps, and you've got guys like, say maybe even Cooper there, or maybe a Kidda that may be there for you at the, in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to be patient and try to figure this out. You're on the outside line. You got to start making your way down to the bottom whenever it comes closer to the pit stop strategy to work with your teams or work with whoever you need to. Because if you're stuck on the outside line, nobody's going to give you an inch to try to get down there to work with your team for a pit stop. They're going to be like, SOL, bud. You're not going to be working with your team. Hopefully you find somebody else to.
And you're 100% right about that.
So right now you got, I see we got 2 in the pit. Josh Laston just popped back in. The 03's out there on the front stretch, kind of by himself. Let's see. I mean, these leaders are running about 180, 184, whereas the 03 is out there running. He's doing 158. So these
and a lot of that could be damage too to his car.
Oh yeah, most likely. Yeah, you're running that slow. These single car guys though in the back, they're running 186, 187. Trying to catch up to this lead pack, so they're running quite a lot faster than what these guys are side by side.
Well, and right now you got 24 laps to go here at Daytona in the inaugural race. I definitely think you're going to start seeing guys there in the back that wanted to play a little bit more conservative. Now they're going to start seeing a sense of urgency. Now's when you want to start making your move coming forward. Not so much these guys like the Blake Gordons and stuff. No need for them to make that move yet. But if you're running back there and just beyond 10th place, you're going to start trying to make a move to get up towards this front pack.
Yeah, the number 88, I just saw him. He shoved the 55 down the backstretch there. They almost, or the 55 almost cleared him in turn 3, but that bottom momentum just prevailed and was able to go through it. You see how far off the 03. I mean, he's got plenty of damage, but I mean, they're passing him like he's sitting still.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're able to clear him once again. As they come down, they're coming out of turn 2 and heading down the backstretch. You see this front group, they're still 2x2, but back there, even a little bit further, you're starting to see guys starting to make a little bit more of a move. And just why he's at 38, he was able to make a nice move there, jump to the outside, and then get around, go low, and get around another car as they're starting to make their way forward, and they're starting to open up a second line.
Yeah, that second line's going to start moving. We got Cameron Herm in that number 15 is giving a heck of a push, and when he does that, the guy in front of him, Shane, he is getting a great draft and was able to look how quickly they sucked it up. If that was Talladega, they would have went 3 wide right there with that momentum. They were about 5-6 mile an hour faster, and they would have just blew their doors off. But this is Daytona. And
yeah, they had a lot of momentum. Yeah, they were moving right there, but like you said, they've got right there more cars, it looks like, until the 55 just jumped down to the lead. Then the bottom line does.
Yeah, and they just have to continue working together. I mean, you're only going to make this outside lane work as long as somebody has the balls to get up there and stay up there. And as you can see, the 55, the 88, the 42 have been up there almost all night long trying to make something work. And the 55 finally gets to the front, was able to clear Michael Stroll for the lead.
That man, he's been trying. He's went 3 wide to try to make passes. Anything he could to get to the front. Norm Pelletier able to finally get there to the front. Here comes the 88 and that outside line. Looky there, the 38, Shane Theron, he makes a move. He comes 3 wide.
He's 3 all the way. Oh, no. That's a big
88
one.
comes up a little bit. They touch. They're starting to
Shane
bump
back
up there. Blake Gordon just going to squeak by. The 5 gets tapped. Massive wreck.
You got 21 to go with this massive wreck right there. And it started with the biggest run ever. He almost made it through, but the guy on the outside lane was in the middle lane and did not move up. And he doesn't have to move up. He's in the front. Let's go back and look at that.
Wow. Wow. And we've been seeing shit. He's been getting those runs a lot tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he just hit the turbo booster and just took off. I'm trying to find the exact one. Let's go back a little bit further there where that big run came from. Let's see how it develops. So you see in the back of the screen right there, you get the number 38. He just gets a huge run off the corner and side drafts the 73, Blake Gordon, the 42, Michael Stroll, and then comes up and makes contact with the 88. 55 goes sideways. Let's see if I can pause it there and then let's try to get a blimp view and see if we can move it back a little bit further, because I mean you see how much chaotic it is behind it. But
catches the 3, and he almost made that work. I mean, just incredible run there.
I mean, honestly, if the 88 was in the far outside lane, Shane would have just blasted his way to the front using that huge momentum. But unfortunately, the 88 was running the middle groove, and that's all she wrote. But the 88 is your leader right now. We're on pit road. I did a 4-tire stop, 1730 there, and got a little bit of damage repaired. Looks like with that at 1730. Travis McQuistion, he looks like he only did fuel only, and he's up there. He only took 5 seconds. So yeah, he's moved up. Got back
and
up there.
It's not a terrible call to get fuel only. For for traction or position strategy. Holy cow, I cannot talk tonight. For position racing at least. I mean, we're about 19 laps in. Daytona's not too taxing on the tires. So the big thing, being able to make sure that you have enough fuel for the end is the key here. So I would take the track position and go ahead and just get the fuel only.
We have Hazardous out there. I cannot remember who the driver is of that one, but he said he saw the 88 run and was like, "Nah, bro, not today."
Not today. Not happening. And the crazy thing is, Shane Theron, he almost saved that. They got a little sideways, and he come down. When he lost it again, it was coming back up on the track.
Oh yeah, I mean, in a practice scenario where he did it to a friend, he could have saved that. But in a real life scenario of what we just saw there was no way of this man saving it. He just lost it. Everybody's trying to check up, they all see it happening, but you're doing 183 miles an hour, and there's little that you can do in that short period of time. So, but we're at 18 laps to go here. Was that the big one, or will we see another one when the tensions start to get a little bit more tighter whenever we get down to the final few laps?
It will be interesting to see what plays out here. I definitely think that the aggression's not over for the night. As you just stated, we are 18 laps to go. We're about to go back green flag racing. And when we do, they're going to have roughly around, the 15-ish laps to go.
Yeah, and
so I don't think it's going to get wild.
Fuel strategy, I think, just went out the window. So
yeah. Fuel strategy's gone.
there's no more worried about that. I think at this point, unless you get damaged, you're going with what you have. You are not coming in for the rest of the race. You don't need fuel. You don't need tires. These guys are ready to go.
Adam, would you much rather be in the lead or be in second?
I want to be third. I don't want to be second. I want to be the guy on the inside. I want to make my move a little bit later if the outside lane didn't work. I'm not sure about that restart, but they were able, I don't know, Travis laid back or what, but he was able to get out in front of everybody. Did the 71 spin his tires of Gale Brooks?
I'm not sure. He was able to clear him pretty easily there. So he's able to clear him. He gets down, and here we are back to green flag racing.
Yeah, we got somebody coming off a pit road right now. It's going to get lapped down there. We got Jeff Trailer Sales Hill, and they were our series sponsor. He says he finally got logged on to watch. Welcome to the broadcast, man. You just missed a good wreck. Shane pushed it through, almost sailed it from about 8th place and all the way to the front and the backstretch. Just could not make it stick. But right now we're restarted. We got 16 laps to go. Cameron Hearn is out in front, but not for long. Stacks up the outside road by going there. Michael Stroll is trying to give him a heck of a push. The 42's behind him. But the 71 is all over the bumper of the 93 right now.
Yeah, and there you go. And I'm not going to say this is like huge aggression right now with 16 laps to go. Guys are all over each other right now to give them great pushes. But I definitely suspect that we're going to start seeing more guys peaking for 3 wide probably within the next 5 to 6 laps.
Yeah, that bottom line, I mean, that's where I want to be. I want to be in that bottom line. So, I mean, that's where Cameron's trying to get. And as you notice, Cameron was one of the few that has been dropping back repeatedly during the beginning of this race. After all these restarts, he's like, "No, I'm good, bro. I'm heading to the back." gonna play it where it's safe, and now we're look where he's at. The car is clean as a whistle, sitting up here in second spot on the outside row.
And this is about where you want to be. There you go. You see all these pushes that are going on as the 8 of Michael Stroll giving Cameron Hearn a great push coming down that backstretch as they head in turn 3. But that bottom line, as you stated earlier, Adam, it just gets that better run going into these corners.
Yeah, the 71's able to push him way better going through the bottom of the
get
corner.
a little loose. Blake Gordon taking it 3 wide now.
Yeah, he had the momentum there and saw that the bottom line was bobbled. And hopefully he's trying to get at least one spot.
And he did. Drop down.
I saw the run sizzle. He dropped back down. Sitting happy on the 4th on the bottom. Running about 7th or 8th overall there. And I know he's not going to settle that. Nobody in this front pack who wants to settle for 7th or 8th. Heck, none of them wants to settle for 3rd, because you know this saying, if you're not first, you're last.
Well, and the wild thing about that was Blake was actually up underneath the 43 of JJ Odell, and the 22 of Eric Wineland jumped behind Blake Gordon. I think he was going to try to push Blake right through the middle of that pack.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to try and do that. Ooh, I think Michael Stroll's trying to use the lap car as a pick somewhat to get a little bit of a draft, a little bit of a speed boost there. I think that's the number 88. He came back off the pit road solo, went another lap down because he has no drafting partner right now. So maybe he will be able to catch the draft now when they get to the back there and ride around and hope for another caution or two to come out and follow his way, get a lap back.
And you hate to see it just after a great night for the 88 to be unfortunately out there by himself now running solo, as the 8 car now getting a massive push from the 42. But again, there goes that bottom line, works into the as it comes into that corner.
We got the sponsor out there, Jeff. He just said $25 to tonight's winner. The drivers, I'm not sure if they can read this right now because they're in the middle